tell you a little story first. My grandfather left Japan at the turn of the century 1900s, and he was from Nagano-ken, the prefecture. And he left behind my grandmother, who he had promised to marry. And he came to San Francisco and worked at odd jobs and as a houseboy. And he survived the earthquake of 1906, and he set to work on the reconstruction of the city. By then it had been 7 years that he had been gone, and he actually, they say, hadn't even written my grandmother. And there are two stories. One story about that is that after a silence of 7 years, he sent my grandmother a letter, and he said simply in it, "Come." But the second story that I just heard, which is even better, that after a silence of 7 years, my grandmother sent him a letter and said, "I'm coming." And pretty brave for a Meiji-era Japanese woman. The earthquake changed everything, and the work of reconstruction helped my grandfather to secure funds to start a business, and that was a grocery store and fish store, which continues to operate in Japantown to this day, and maybe some of you know it. It's called the Ooki Sakai. It's on Post Street, and is now 106 years old. My grandmother arrived to work at my grandfather's side and to raise 9 children. My mother is over there. She's in the back. This story is both a part of and different from the one I'm about to read. Now I'm going to tell you another story about this book, which is called The Eye Hotel. And it's named after the International Hotel, or for short, San Franciscans know it as the Eye Hotel. And it was built in San Francisco, or it was rebuilt in San Francisco after 2 other attempts after the Great San Francisco earthquake in 1906. And it's over there on Kearny and Jackson. Now it's been rebuilt again. Okay. But by the 1970s, the Eye Hotel had become the home of elderly Filipino and Chinese bachelors. And these were men who had worked as longshoremen, fishermen, migrant farm workers. They were veterans of war, factory workers, and merchant mariners. They were also cooks and laundrymen. And laws of restricted immigration, miscegenation, and wars had really prevented them from having married lives and families. But after a lifetime of work, these men refused to be evicted from the hotel to be replaced by a parking lot. They were supported by students and community activists in the San Francisco and the Bay, all the Bay Area, and thousands of supporters here, all of whom struggled to prevent the eviction and the demolition of this hotel for a period of 10 years. On a night in August 1977, over 5,000 people, 5,000 San Franciscans, surrounded the hotel in 13 rows of their bodies, and they changed the way we think about the dispersal of colored and ethnic neighborhoods, about urban redevelopment and affordable housing, and about poverty, work, and a people's history. August 3, 1977. In the final hours, we joined this great gathering of human bodies, our bulwark of flesh surrounding an old brick hotel, materially worthless, symbolically invaluable, yet tonight still the movement, fortified by passion and stubborn hope. See us collide and congregate, rally our puny human forces for the greater good. We've given our lives to this old place, but tonight we know our imminent failure, know that we may fall between its crumbling structure and with it its crumbling memory. Public memory inscribed and archived as dates and naming, secret memory withheld forever or revealed coyly, indiscreetly, gossip. But as we tumble into the gravesite left by its demolition, perhaps our memory may flutter skyward, the city exploding and swirling away from our center. Manila Town, Chinatown, Japantown, spinning away with phallic impressions of pyramid and quoit. spanning bridges of wharf, bay, and Golden Gate, dotted islands of Alcatraz and Angel, Victorians in soft, undulating pastels, the rich green of park, and the endless blue of bay, away and away and away, America, America. And in time we may remember collecting every little memory, all the bits and pieces into a larger memory, rebuilding a great layered and labyrinthine, now imagined international hotel of many rooms, the urban experiment of a homeless community built to house the needs of temporary lives. And for what? To resist death and dementia, to haunt a disappearing landscape, to forever embed this geography with our visions and voices, to kiss the past and you goodbye, leaving the indelible spit of our DNA on still moist lips, sweet, sour, salty, bitter.